Welcome to Beverley House Stables. I'm pleased to be joined by John Berry. John, I think a good starting point would be Derham, winning back-to-back 2 mile handicaps at Newmarket on the July course. You mentioned after the race it was a 52-week plan, a plan that you took in Chelmsford along the way as well. Well, I can imagine a very satisfying post-race feeling after that plan had all come together.
It was very good. It was really pleasing because he won the race last year and everything just fell into place that day, and he won narrowly, helped by a perfect ride from Harry Davis. And we sort of thought, it's so dry last summer, but the dry period was just starting then, and we thought if that had been a few days later, the track would have probably gone a bit firm for him, but it was very close to good ground that day, and we thought, well, we'll try and come back 52 weeks later. If Harry Davis is available, would be brilliant. If he's still claiming, even better. But to pick out a race in advance and the horse actually a year in advance and actually running it is good. But we were getting close, and we went to Chelmsford 3 weeks before, and we thought he is actually on course to turn up on the day, ready to run his best. Harry's still got his £3 claim. Well, I'd use Harry without. I'll carry on using Harry without a claim. Harry. It's a free claim. Harry's like a good senior jockey or already. He's outstanding, but the claim's a bonus at the moment, and everything was spot on. And the icing on the cake was we had half an inch of rain in Newmarket the overnight before because he doesn't like it too firm, and everything came together, and he won by a head. So it was very, very satisfying. Thank you.
And sticking with Harry Davis, you mentioned post-race, he was the best apprentice jockey you've ever seen. You've lived in this town for so long, you've seen so many good young riders come through and progress. Some probably don't make it after their claim goes, but with Harry, it seems to be that he's got all the right attributes, all the right credentials, that once his claim eventually does go, which is in the near distant future, and he should be hopefully on course for a successful career.
Yes, at the moment, you don't think, I want a claim, I want Harry Davis. You think, I want Harry Davis. Oh, we get a claim thrown in, that's nice. But you'll still think, I want to use Harry Davis. He was riding out in Hugo Palmer's, he was riding his pony along with Hugo Palmer's string from the age of, 10, 11. He was riding racehorses in the string from 12 or so, 12, 13. He was a very polished rider and a very polished human being before the age of 16. He's just continued to progress along the same lines. The apprentices I've sort of seen start off and be very good from the age of 16 within Newmarket from the time I've been here would be probably Frankie Dettori, Jamie Mackay, Adam Kirby, and Harry Davis. And even though he actually ended up not being apprenticed in Newmarket, I'd still count him as someone I've seen developing here from childhood. Jamie Mackay, his dad used to have him out on his pony with Eric Eldon's string from when he was a toddler, and Jamie rode a winner on his first ride and looked like he'd been doing it forever. And he hadn't had the advantage of pony racing because it didn't exist then. So, but I would say Harry at the age of 16 was more polished than Frankie was at the age of 16. But it's what's happened in the past doesn't matter. It's what's happened in the future.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think he's got his head screwed on. I'd like to think, to a large degree, you make your own luck, and I'd like to think he'll continue to. You need to be lucky, but some of it you make yourself. I think he'll definitely be doing the right things to make his own luck, and I'd like to think his career will continue to develop from here.
And sticking with the riders, you're very keen to use a wide range of jockeys. Looking at the list here, you've got Gina Mangan, Adam Farraher, Rose Dawes, Luke Catton, Faye McManaman, just to name some. Some trainers like to keep it sort of selective to who they ride their horses, but you're very keen to give everybody a wider chance to get on one of your horses.
Yes, the thing is nowadays there's a lot of, you might have a runner and it might be 5 or 6 races. So to a certain extent, it's who's at the meeting, and we don't retain anyone. No one makes their plans around us. So you end up using a lot, and some of our horses are quite lowly rated, so you're often on quite light weights. So I think pretty much, well, other than Luke Catton, I think all the names you mentioned there would be lightweights. But yes, I'm very much good horse. Whether you're a trainer or a jockey, good horses make you look better than you are. Bad horses make you look worse than they are. and I'm very well aware that there's an awful lot of talent in the unfashionable benches in the jockeys room, just as much as there is in the fashionable benches. And there's a lot of. I don't think I've ever gone to a meeting thinking, well, none of our regular people there are available. Who have we got to use? And I've never looked down and not seen people that I'd want to use. No, I mean, this country we're blessed with good riders, and then if they ride for you and you're happy with them, which you pretty much always you tend to be, you're happy to keep using them. And if they do well on a horse, they automatically become the first choice for the horse subsequently. And I mean, Faye McManaman would be a great case in point. First ride she had for us, who was at the meeting that could ride at bottom weight on a day when there were about six meetings that day, and didn't know her at all then. And she rode a difficult ride really, really well. And I thought, difficult and ride that you needed to be good and you needed to be brave to ride. It was Beryl that she was different. She's grand now, but in her younger days she was difficult. And I thought, bloody hell, you'll do for me. And so yeah, she'd be. But then again, Nigel Tinkler's first goal on her, so we can only use her when it fits in with Nigel's plans. But yeah, any of the ones you've mentioned, I'd recommend wholeheartedly.
And with the horses behind us, we've got the likes of Hidden Pearl here, a couple of other horses here as well. On the whole, the horse has been running consistently well this season. Cloudy Rose went in search of the four-timer during the week, couldn't quite achieve that. Hidden Pearl's won so far this season. You said to me off camera she's in season, she can't run tonight. Das Capital probably wants softer ground, you've always said, but in general, the horses themselves, they're running to a considerably consistent level.
It's pleasing, yeah, it's been nice. It's what's stick in your mind and get you down the disappointments. And we've had some this season, but fortunately they've only been a small minority. It's when I would say the good date races is not if you have a winner or not. It's if you come home looking forward to the next race. And but I think, that was okay. Yeah, looking forward to running this again. And straight away you get it. You already know where you're going to, or you think probably change your opinion. We maybe try. You're straight away itching to look to see what there is next, and rather than thinking, where do we go from here? So, and nearly all the times we've been to the races this year, I've come home thinking, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race. And I mean, he's in that horse there, LJT. He's in the same boat as Das Capital. Needs soft ground. Beryl, she's been second on 2 of her 3 runs this season. She'd want the softer ground as well. That's Cloudy Rose over there. Things didn't quite work out at Epsom, but she still didn't run badly. And I think we'll probably Beverly 3 weeks from now, and Brighton another 3 weeks on from that. Hopefully her next ones, and Duchess will be our next runner on Monday. She's had 3 runs this season. I think it's only beaten 1 horse, but I'm actually, particularly the last twice, I haven't been dissatisfied. Well, the first run she just ran badly. The last twice, I actually haven't been. It hasn't worked out. I haven't been dissatisfied. I'd like to think that we've got something to work with there. So no, it's been you spend long enough periods where you feel you can't take a trick, but thank God the last few weeks hasn't been, by and large, one of those periods.
And just finally, for me, I can't come here and not talk about Roy Rocket, a horse who is so well known amongst racing public. He's a horse who holds a special place in your heart. 9 Brighton wins. He's very much woven into the history of Brighton Racecourse now, with his race named after him, which you came so close to winning a couple of weeks ago, of course, with Hidden Pearl and Ross Burkitt. But the obvious question would be, what was he like away from racing, really? But just how pleasing was it for yourself, Emma, and everyone involved when you were going racing on social media, just how much of a fan club developed for Roy over the course of his what was an illustrious career?
It was overwhelming. I couldn't really put it any better than that, but it was absolutely overwhelming. He meant the world to me, and it was lovely. It meant so much to other people.
Perfect. We'll end up there.